I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promise you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you're my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I had to leave. I will let you go. Why do you think that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promise you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you're my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get ready to cover qualifying for the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series drivers in preparation for their fourth race of the second season. We're here at the Tricky Triangle. What turn four? There is none here at the Pocono Raceway as these drivers will gear up and get themselves ready for tomorrow afternoon's main event. 30 drivers ready to qualify their way into their respective spots on tomorrow afternoon's grid. High-speed racetrack, 3 long straightaways, 3 unique corners based off of Indianapolis, Trenton, and the Milwaukee Mile. And these drivers, they'll have the opportunity here this afternoon to go out there all by themselves, but tomorrow we're going to have them stacked up double wide, maybe 3 wide. They may test the waters 4 wide, though I don't think that's really all that smart, especially if you're over in the second half of the section, over in the tunnel turn, in that very low-banked turn 3. But so far this season, 3 different drivers have gone to victory lane. The point stands got shuffled up after Las Vegas last week, and we are moments away here from drivers heading out onto the racetrack. Now, you heard me say the correct number of drivers qualifying here this weekend. 30 drivers in total. We do have a new driver in the field running full time, making their debut this weekend at the Pocono Raceway. We will cover that in just a few moments, as 15 minutes will be available to these drivers here to head out onto the track. You may have noticed it's overcast, very cloudy here in the Pocono Mountains this afternoon. Usually an overcast cloud cover means a cooler racetrack. Cooler racetrack means higher speeds, so it will be interesting to see how that comes into play the further this session goes on. David Smith out of Adrenaline Motorsports going to be the first one out onto the racetrack here. David Smith so far this season in the first 3 races on the year, currently sitting at no top 10s, 19th in overall points. He does have a pole this season already, so looking to become the first repeat pole sitter in Season 2. He, along with Juan Garcia and Aubrey Powell, have sat on the poles so far in Season 2. As he'll come around and he'll take the proverbial green flag to begin his lap. We'll start having the lap time scrolling on the top of your screen, as well as the current timer as soon as Dave Smith crosses the line. Both the Brit cars, one coming off of pit road, Ralph Mason. Swinging around the outside of him, Sean Galligan in the 62. Galligan 16th in points coming into this week. Struggled last week at Las Vegas, dropped 6 spots in the standings. Looking to bounce back here this weekend at the Pocono Raceway. Eli Bright right behind him. Bright's got his teammate Roberto Crown Jr. with him. Couple of cars out of the Trackhouse stables as Dave Smith gets around Cat Batson. That may have helped his lap, might have interfered with his lap. He would have gotten a tow there down the long pond straight on the 39, but then would have had to have probably not had the optimal line through turn 3 to make the pass, as he'll cross the line, and the first lap in the session will be a 58.308, and immediately, mere seconds after he puts that lap time down, he goes from top of the board to third as Eli Bright right now at the top of the board at a 57.004, almost breaking into the 56-second mark. Eli Bright, 20th in points, only one top 10 so far this year. Dropped 3 spots in the standings after last week at Las Vegas. Trying to become the second Trackhouse racing car to start on the pole position this season. And there is his teammate Eli Bright, as we can now start showing you the speeds clocking in here with 11.5 minutes remaining in this session. Roberto Crown Jr. second in points. Actually tied for the points lead, I should say, with his teammate Juan Garcia. Michael Turner, last week's winner, only 1 point back, 4 points back for Ralph Mason and Nathan Stapleton, who are tied for 4th, so the points are really close up there at the top. Matter of fact, there's a 3-way tie for 6th between Kyle Langland, Cam Wright Jr., and Jackson Haywood, who are only 7 points out of the points lead. There is Mason, tied for 4th in the standings with Stapleton. We've not had a driver finish in the top 10 in all 3 races so far this season, but we have had 8 drivers finish in the top 10 twice in the first 3 races. Ralph Mason is one of those drivers. Your entire drivers inside of the top 7 in points, as well as 9th in the standings, and our Daytona winner Skylar Taylor have all finished in the top 10 in 2 of the first 3 races. Kyle Langland in the 26th. We do have word Kyle Langland will be starting tomorrow afternoon's race with sponsorship. They have secured sponsorship on that machine. Didn't have time to be able to get the wrap on it, though. They'll work here later this afternoon into tonight and into tomorrow morning to get that car wrapped. Pretty cool. Sponsorship finally there for the second-year driver here in the Lite Series. And before we start scanning through the field here, let's find that driver I was talking about that will be making their debut in the Duracell Ultra Lite Series, and there he is. Second entry out of KAB Racing Enterprises here. Teammate to Cat Batson. This is Craig Batson in the number 91 Bobcat Ford Dark Horse Mustang. Missed the first 3 races of the season. We'll have to see if he can do enough to make his way up into a potential playoff position. Remember, there are playoffs this season. There were not last season. We've talked about last season with Skylar Taylor, missing, I think it was the first 6 or 7 races, didn't have enough time to be able to get up there. Certainly, if we had ended up having a playoff system last year, I think that Skylar Taylor would have done enough with the victory lane trips that he had that he would have been in the playoffs. But Craig Batson missing on the first 3 races. If he has a strong enough regular season here, he certainly still would have a shot of advancing his way into the postseason. We do have some Cup Series interlopers here this week. We didn't have any last week. Anthony McCrory going to be in the 55 this week for Garage 55. I believe Jack Mitchell is in the field. Might be wrong. Yep, he is. Mitchell in the 0-1. And I believe Reggie Fogelman is behind the wheel of the 11 this week. See if we can find the other Trackhouse car. Yep, Reggie Fogelman right there, right behind his teammate, Juan Garcia. A couple of Trackhouse Racing Toyotas nose to tail at this moment. Another Cup interloper is at the top of the board right now, and that is RJ Bishop in the 16. There was actually an announcement this past week out of the Bishop Family Racing Stables. We're trying to find RJ here. There he is. That apparently there's going to be a number of Cup Series drivers behind the wheel of the 16 during the course of this season. Originally, we knew that RJ and Dylan Young were slated to run some races, but it looks like apparently all of the Young Motorsports Cup Series drivers are at some point or another going to get behind the wheel of this 16 car down here in some Lite Series events. Dustin Bolin, he'll be behind the wheel for a few races, and apparently as well, the same can be said for the rookie of the team, which all of a sudden my mind just blanked and I forgot the driver's name. Hopefully it will come to me sooner rather than later. Eric Sadler, that's who it is. But a 56.132 has RJ Bishop at the top of the board. And of course, for RJ and Jack Mitchell and Anthony McCurry, they're not running for points. They're just trying to get the experience here in preparation for Sunday's race, and maybe even to help them in qualifying later on tomorrow. Currently the highest on the board of the full-time Lights drivers is Nathan Stapleton. There he is in the JBL Ford. So right now Ford's 1-2, followed by a Toyota, a Ford, and a Toyota for your top 5. Nathan Stapleton still looking for that first victory in the Duracell Ultra Lite Series. Might end up getting it tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be having the Giant Center 125 here at Pocono. Before that, though, at 1 o'clock, it's the Cup Series drivers on track for their qualifying session. And then on Sunday, should say Sunday, I don't know why it says Saturday, graphic error, but on Sunday, September 8th, it's the Hershey Park 150 with the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series drivers as Stapleton makes the dive onto pit lane. That's what's coming up around the turn, presented by NNSCRA Paint Designs. Aubrey Powell, Colin Grace back there. A couple of the Haas racing cars. Autumn Brooks with them as well in the 60. Right now, those drivers are struggling to find speed. Aubrey is 27th, Colin Grace 22nd, and Autumn Brooks 19th. It will be interesting to see tomorrow how good of a passing opportunity there's going to be for drivers that start deep in the field. Mike Tellier right now is last on the speed charts. He's been out there all by himself for much the entirety of this session. 57.053, I'm sorry, 035 I should say, for Mike Tellier. His teammate, RJ Bishop, running almost a full second faster with his current pole-sitting lap. Cole Koibe, our winner from Manassas, right now is not much better than Tellier. He's 28th on the board right now. Koibe 11th in points. Currently, Koibe would be in a wild card position in terms of the playoffs. I know it's way too early to be discussing playoffs, but there it is. Remember, top 7 in points lock themselves into the playoffs, regardless of if they have a win or not, and then 3 drivers get in via wild card spots, more than likely via victories. Our Daytona winner right there, Skylar Taylor, 22nd on the board for the Costco Mazda out of ST Racing. Skylar coming into this one 9th in the point standings. He is also currently in a playoff spot via wild card as things stand. Jackson Haywood, keep an eye on this guy. He looked really good last week at Las Vegas. This team's got some really good momentum too. He ran well at Daytona, just didn't really get the finish that I think indicated the speed that he had. He is 8th in overall points, jumped up 5 spots in the standings last week. The 4th highest jump in the point standings last week, only to obviously Michael Turner with his victory, Juan Garcia, and Brody Kupski. Let's see if we can find Michael Turner. We've highlighted all of our previous race winners with the exception of the 0-2. There he is. Got that victory last week for Michael Norman Motorsports at Las Vegas. Coming into this weekend with a lot of momentum. 15th on the board right now for him at a 56.621. Only 1 point out of the points lead behind Juan Garcia and Roberto Crown Jr. 11 spots gained after the victory last week on the West Coast. Just had a driver jump up into the top 5. Wes McCoy now up to 5th place. So still 2 Toyotas inside your top 5, 3 Fords with Bishop and Stapleton still holding serve on the top there. Bishop with a 56.1, Stapleton with a 56.2, Brighton Langland with 3s, and then McCoy, McCrory, Dixon, and Anderson with 56.4s. 28 of our 30 drivers have run lap times in the 56-second mark. Brody Kupski and Mike Tellier are the only 2 who have not. '14th right now for Craig Batson, ready to make his debut tomorrow. Cody Majoric right behind him. 18th fastest right now for the Joanna Atwood Motorsports entry. Somebody just jumped up on the board, and I'm not exactly certain who it was. I just saw a big shift on the running order. Looks like it was somebody outside of the top 14, though. Might have been Chris Dollerton jumping up to 15th place, just ahead of his Michael Norman Motorsports teammate Michael Turner. The Mazdas look good this weekend, specifically the ones out, out of Garage 55. Anthony McCurry is the highest running of the team right now in 6th. But Autumn Brooks is now up to 9th. Sean Galligan currently in 12th. David Dixon, 3-time winner last year. Keep an eye on him this weekend. 7th on the board right now in the DHL Chevrolet out of Southern Cross Racing. He's 10th in points coming into this one. Average finishing position of 11.67 in the first 3 races, and getting a nice toe there off of Anthony McCurry, going down into the heavy braking zone, turn 3. Car gets very light here in turn 3, and it's very difficult to know when to get back to the throttle because the back end's going to want to kick out. There's why Autumn Brooks got the lap time she did that got her up into the top 10. She, along with Aubrey Powell and Colin Grace, got a huge toe on this pack ahead of them. It's a nice improvement by all 3 of these drivers. 9th, 11th, 14th, respectively. And I think when we checked in on them, all of them were outside the top 15, and Autumn Brooks just blew up. Autumn just blew up out of turn number 1, I think that was. Session is coming to a close here. Now, the fortunate thing for these drivers is they can have mechanical problems. They can be involved in wrecks. Their starting position still counts, but that's got to be worrying if you're any of the other drivers out of Garage 55. But with zeros on the clock, RJ Bishop, Cup Series regular, is going to be at the top of the board. And in his first light start of the season, I believe it is, he is going to be leading the field to green as session is indeed concluded. Take a look here at your official starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's Giant Center 125. Bishop and Stapleton, a couple of blue ovals, will lead the field to green. Eli Bright will be the highest starting Toyota in 3rd. David Dixon, the highest starting Chevy in 7th. And Anthony McCurry, the highest Mazda in 6th place. Further down the board here, some drivers that are running well in the point standings going to be starting pretty deep in the field. Jackson Haywood, Roberto Crown Jr., Ralph Mason, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, all in the top 8 in the point standings coming into this weekend. former winners in Skylar Taylor and Cole Quaby very far down there on the running order. Brody Kupski, who gained 6 spots in the standings last week, up to 18th. Now at this point, giving those points back with a poor qualifying effort in 29th. And Mike Teller going to be starting shotgun on the field. He had a good run last week at Las Vegas, but a lot of drivers back there are going to have to pass a lot of cars to make their way up to the front. But Pocono is known for long green flag runs and pit strategies, so plenty of opportunity for drivers back there to be able to maybe work a little strategy magic and get themselves up into the top 10, top 5, maybe even the conversation for the win before all is said and done tomorrow afternoon. But thank you all so much for tuning into this qualifying session here from Pocono. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already to become a part of the crew today. And if you're on your phone, be sure to hit that bell to be notified when we go live here on NNSCRA TV. Next time we'll be coming to you will be tomorrow afternoon. The Cup Series drivers will be taking to the racetrack here at Pocono for qualifying at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 3, you'll see these Lights drivers back on track here. The field's been set, the grid is locked, and they'll get ready for their 4th race of the season here at the Pocono Raceway. But until then, I've been Seth Cole. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.